Yo, was geht up? This is Max Berger. I'm sitting here with our head strategy coach, Nikita. And in this video, we'll be talking about the next big mega niche: coaching, consulting, and service providing. And we're gonna go a little bit deeper on that, why this is going to explode in the next couple of years and why there's great opportunity in providing real value to people and obviously also making real money.
Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? My name is Max Berger, and I've attained that freedom. No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom.
And I think that's what everybody wants, right? So I brought Nikita on board here as well because again, he's coaching in a freedom business mentoring program, and you're helping dozens of clients per day. You're onboarding new clients, etc. And there's a couple important points that we bring to our clients over and over again, and we kind of want to share this here today on YouTube with you as well. And I would say we crack right into it, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So the two big main points are there has been a revolution when it comes to service providing to your clients, and that is the internet, right? Now, the internet is nothing new. It has been around for a very, very long time. However, the quality of the internet, the speed of the internet, and the accessibility of the internet worldwide have increased dramatically over the last couple of years. And most people are not fully aware of that yet. Most people are not really thinking long-term based on the advantages that the internet has been bringing us now. So what you got to understand is if you're a coach, consultant, service provider, or you want to become someone, the two big most important changes are: number one, you can bring the service using online, so you don't have to be there in person anymore. Whether you're a fitness coach, whether you're a finance coach, whether you're a finance consultant, whether you're whatever type of consulting or coaching service that you're providing, you can bring that completely online. You don't need an office anymore. You don't need to have a practice anymore. You don't need to be anywhere specifically.
All here.
It's all here. It's all here. The computers, phones, that's it, right? And the second big point, and we're going to go deeper on each point. The second big point is you can now reach your clients online. You're no longer location dependent. You're no longer having to have access only to a smaller pool of potential clients. No, your potential pool of clients is literally worldwide now, and that is really crazy. And again, this is nothing super new, and you might be like, well, of course. The crazy thing is most people haven't realized that yet. Most people haven't adjusted their thinking to that, and that is why slowly but steadily over the next couple of years it's going to blow up as more and more people are waking up to that reality. Right? So let's talk a little bit about the first one, that you can bring the service online. And that's the crazy thing, because back in the days, if you were a coach or a consultant, what did you need? You need an office.
Practice.
You need a practice. You need to have, you need to have stuff there. So you're already building costs. So now you have to pay the office every month. Now you have to get the office, etc. So now
you need to have the coaching certificate.
You need to have the coaching certificate as well, because most countries have certain legislative barriers that made it a little more difficult to become a coach. Nowadays, if you do it internationally, there is no regulations. Anybody can become a coach. Now, that is, of course, a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing for you who wants to provide real value and who doesn't want to have to work to get some schmuck certificate. But it's also a bad thing because now anybody can become a coach, and there's a lot of low quality BS out there, which is in turn good again, because if you're really devoted, you can literally just learn how to dominate your niche. That's the crazy thing. So right now, there's tons of people who are literally giving money to subpar coaches of low quality just because they don't know any better. But if you actually are able to provide real quality, you're easily going to be dominating these people. And
exactly.
That's the easy part, right?
And also the people that buy from low quality coaches, sooner or later they'll also come to you if you provide real value.
Exactly. This whole argument of like, well, Max, like, what if everybody becomes a coach and blah, 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 and there's going to be so many coaches out there, or there is already so many coaches in certain fields. What do I do? It's, again, scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. Poor people usually always adhere to a scarcity mindset, otherwise they wouldn't be poor. So they say, well, there is already so many people out there, the market is is too small, blah, blah, blah. But someone who comes from an abundance mindset understands the reality behind that, which means if there's already coaches out there making money, it means the market is ready. There's people who are willing to pay money for that. If I penetrate that market now with a higher quality offer, higher quality service, I can dominate that market, and I don't even need to be the first one to just kind of prepare a market. But the market is there, it's ready. I just have to come in and reap the rewards. You know, everything is growing. I just have to harvest it.
I mean, how many coaches were there when you became a dating coach?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that's actually wonderful. Like my first business, the dating advice coaching service, there has been very successful coaches out there. And the funny thing is too, nothing I've ever said in the dating advice was new. I didn't come up with the crazy new, like, no, there has never been for hundreds of years, there's never been something that was new, that is like, this is the new discovery about the human psychology. No, it has always been there. All you do is you provide it in a better way. You communicate it better. You pack it into a better package for your client. You care more, you listen better, whatever it is, right? It's the same with this channel. We're not saying anything completely new. These are all basics that just need to be reiterated and communicated properly to you. It really is like that. So yeah, like you said, there was already dozens of dating coaches out there and self-development coaches, etc. Yet we learned how to dominate that market just because we did the basics right. We did them better.
And I think the main difference was because you are committed for your clients.
100%.
You go the extra mile.
100%. Yeah, if you're willing to go the extra mile, if you're willing to care more, if you're willing to go on different kind of platforms, if you're willing to think a little bit outside the box and kind of combine all the knowledge that is already there, combine it in a different way, rearrange it so it's more palatable for the average client, then you're able to dominate.
Yep.
It's that easy, right? So again, to just kind of summarize that point, you can bring that service online. You don't need to be anywhere. And that's the crazy part. That also means on your side, you have a lot of freedom. You can go wherever you want. You don't need to have an office anymore. You can travel around. You can take your spouse and say, baby, let's go. Let's go to Hawaii. Let's hang out there. Let's get an Airbnb for a month, and I can coach from there. Now, the cool thing about that.
Check first if your Wi-Fi works.
Check first if your Wi-Fi works. That's really it. Now, like, who's that? Is that Elon Musk who's sending out all these satellites to get worldwide Wi-Fi now? So soon you don't even need to have a Wi-Fi anymore. You can sit anywhere in a hut on a mountaintop, you know, if that is what you want. So again, and the crazy thing is too, now once you have that freedom, it allows you to travel the world. You get crazier experiences and insights into the world. It makes you much more psyched about it because you're not dragging yourself through commuting every day to some office. No, you can do whatever you want, and that freedom is also, it has a very good effect on your mood and thus on your style of coaching. And the second big point is, again, what we said earlier, not only can you bring the service online, but you can reach people online, any potential client. And this is something that you've noticed too, because you're onboarding many new clients. They're just all of a sudden, it just opens up the huge potential of just reaching more and more people. That's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. And the thing is, like back in the days, I mentioned it before, if you were a fitness coach, number one, and I know that because I still have a friend who's still in this old world of having to be there in person. And he's like, well, first of all, I have to pay the fitness center. I have to pay the gym so I can coach there because I don't have a gym myself. And number two, I can only access a finite pool of potential clients in my city. Yeah. You know, like someone who's coming from a different continent cannot be coached by me because I'm physically not there, right? But once you transition into doing things online, you can reach anybody anywhere. It doesn't matter if that person is in Swaziland, how we said it earlier, Swaziland, Australia, Singapore, Nebraska, New York, Los Angeles, Oslo. It doesn't matter where that person is. That's the great thing. You can reach anybody anywhere, and quality always comes through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I would rather work with the best person online than with the best person in my city, in my town.
That is true as well. That is true as well. Like as a client, as a potential client, it opens up a lot more opportunities for you. Like you want to work with the best person that is there. And maybe it's the same for you, right? You would have never watched my stuff if I would only do offline stuff. I would still be in Austria in my 5,000 people cow town and walk around. And one more thing too about the what you kind of said that earlier off camera, this whole idea of coaching in person or being coached in person as a client versus being coached online? And you summarize that very nicely, because some people say, well, I'd rather coach somebody in person because for my specific niche, it's best to be there in person. But you had a very, very nice breakdown of why it's actually better for being coached online.
Yes, exactly. Because it's way, way easier for the client to get results and to be also long-term, to stay with these results if he did it himself, right? Because if it's in person, probably the reason why the person got results is just because the coach was sitting next to him or her and tell him, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. But again, if it's online, you send the person out there, you tell them, of course, exactly what to do. You're sitting on their shoulders and tell them what to do. Then it's way, way easier for him or her to be, at the end of the day, to be proud at him or herself, and because he or she got the results himself.
Yeah, so true, so true. Like, we call this, like back in my first business, a dating advice business, at first I would coach in person as well, and then I would transition into online. And me as a coach, I had a very similar thought process. I'm like, oh, this is my niche, and my specific niche cannot be coached online. You need to coach this in person, right? So what we would do is we would take the client out into a bar, nightclub, and would help them talk to girls in person, right? And I, as a coach, I was still in this old world, and I'm like, it needs to be done in person. And then back then, our programs are called boot camps, right? It was a dating advice boot camp. And the crazy thing there is we had something that we called the boot camp effect, which meant that the client would get better over the weekend of in-person coaching, because like you said, I was there looking over the shoulder, helping him out. He would kind of feed off my energy. I would be able to look at their body language and correct it, which is great, and they would get great results. And then, I would say goodbye, great coaching, I would leave, and then all of a sudden clients would hit us up like a week, a month later saying, oh, I'm not getting any results anymore. I start sucking even more. Why is that? And that's what we call the boot camp effect. So they kind of went up as long as I was there, and then they went back down the moment I was gone, like you correctly said, because they would get the results because I was there in person, right? It's like you're trying.
They just rely on you, basically.
Exactly, they rely on you. It's like you're carrying somebody up on Mount Everest. And you're carrying them, and they're like, it's going great service. And then you're like, okay, I'm gone now, thank you, good job. And then you drop them off, and then they're unable to walk themselves, right? And then what we realized is when we did it online, even if you took the exact same amount of time to coach them, they would get the results maybe a little slower in the beginning, but they would do it themselves. They would be self-reliant, so they would start learning how to take the steps up Mount Everest themselves. And that's why the client actually got real results by themselves, as opposed to only getting results because the coach is there. And it's the same. I had the same mindset problem when it came to fitness coaching. And my fitness mentor, Mario, nowadays, he only teaches me online. I think I've been at the gym with him once or twice years ago, just as friends, because he happened to be in the same city, but he coaches me online too. And with that niche, you might put the argument in of saying like, oh, but I have to be there to see how they're doing the exercise, I have to sit next to them, stand next to them and correct them if necessary. But the way we're doing it with my fitness mentor and the way he does it with all his clients is very simple. First off, he sends them videos of him doing it so you can kind of literally watch it. And then he also invites you to record a video of yourself. And it's so crazy, like so many times when I'm unsure of how to do an exercise, I put the phone somewhere, I press record, in selfie mode. I record that, I send it to him via WhatsApp. A couple of seconds later, he's like, oh, make sure your shoulders are tucked in, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, quick, that's so fast, thank you. And I would fix it, and it's kind of like, again, it's exactly the same as if the person was there in person. And it's still in our mindset that we need to have this, in person. But it doesn't need to be like that. And that's again why we're saying this over the years, it will blow up because slowly but steadily more and more people realize the potential of doing all this online. Because video is so easy to send nowadays, and you have fast internet access everywhere, which you didn't have a couple of years ago. And you have that worldwide now. So again, it's like the universe, it's expanding. More and more people realize the potential of online. More and more people are completely okay with being coached online. It's insane. Every day, thousands of people have the idea of like, yeah, I can be coached online. It's much better than doing it in person. And the crazy thing is too, I'm gonna give you another example here. And it's something I'd be super curious about your opinion. How crazy was it 8 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, to meet someone over Tinder, Remember Tinder, the dating app? How crazy was it back when Tinder just came out and you would meet a girl, like, everybody's like, dude, watch out your kidneys, man. You know, and now it is, how easy is it and how completely accepted is it to meet someone over Tinder, over the internet, right? This has been completely normalized over the last couple of years. It's crazy. And it's the same with coaching, right? So there's still people right now who say, oh, it's weird to have an online coach, it should be done in person. But more and more people are waking up, and in a couple of years, it will be completely normalized, right? Yeah, that's the crazy thing. That is the crazy thing. So to summarize that, online accessibility to your service. You can bring that service to your clients, right? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing every day. Our clients get actual results. It's amazing in both businesses. Number two, you can reach your potential new clients online. If you know what to do correctly, if you know how to build a funnel, if you know how to generate leads manually, you can do all of that online. Most importantly, the market is growing right now. There is already subpar coaches that are making money, which is actually yours. Okay, they're making your money. They're making your money. The market is ready. Penetrate it. Provide more value than the people who are already making money, and you'll soon be able to dominate it enough to live a life full of freedom, live a life on your own terms, live a life without having to have a boss, without having to commute to your office whatsoever. And Nikita, what do people do if they want to get started?
So if you want to get started, if you want to know how to generate leads, how to start, where to start, and if you maybe also don't even know what you want to do yourself, what kind of coach, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. If you have no idea what to do, get on a free consulting session, and then we'll help you with that.
Yeah, exactly that. If you want to have a free consulting session with Nikita sitting over here, he's an expert in that. Just click the link down in the description below. The link brings you to an application form, right, where you fill out some basic info about you so we get to know you better. It takes you 2 minutes, and then you can book the exact date and time when you want us to call you. It's an entirely for free call, even if it's international, and then we can look at it, okay? So important, if you already have a skill, okay? If you already have a skill that can help people, but you don't know exactly how to monetize it, or you're already making money, you wanna monetize it even better, you wanna make 4 to 5 figures a month, just on your hand, cash received, then click that link in the bio. We'll help you market yourself, we'll help you position yourself correctly in your niche. If you're not 100% sure yet what your skill is, what you want to do, also jump on a call with us. We analyze your skills, we analyze your weaknesses and your strengths, and then we'll help you position you as well. Again, all that link in the description down below. We do have a lot of people who are interested in that, so make sure that if the link still works, it means we have a spot open for you. If it doesn't, it means we're full, so try it out now. Even if you're watching this video a little later after it came out a couple months, make sure if the link still works, it means we have spots open for you. That being said, understand, oh, there you go, next client. Understand that you have to have your own fate in your own hands, okay? If you want to create the life of your dreams, it is possible. You just have to grasp the opportunity and take advantage of it. So maybe talk to you very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Click subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Thanks for having the time. GG.
GG.